Hi, good morning, dear friends. We are already busy working on figures of speech, and today we will learn the 10th number. Now, once again, dear friends, the order is irrespective. We don't need to follow the maintain a particular sequence because it's irrespective, but it is just a numerical order that has been given to us so that we know that how many figures of speech that we have understood, we have got them, and we have come to know. Okay, now in today's lecture we are going to deal with 10th figure of speech, that is the irony. You must have heard some people saying ironical statement. Its terms in contradiction. In itself, it's an irony. So, dear friend, what is an irony? Perhaps the word in itself looks as if it is bringing some sort of contradiction. Let us see what it is. Irony is made of speech in which the real meaning is exactly the opposite of that which is literally conveyed. Literally, when I convey something, that is going to be exactly opposite to what I really mean. You see? Two different realities. One is conveyed, another is literally it means. So, dear friends, irony is made of speech in which the real meaning is exactly opposite. You may say something, but you meant something. You meant something very, very opposite. Okay. And dear friends, perhaps in order to make the person realize, in order to make the person feel the greater intensity of a particular thing, we may use ironical statements. So, which is literally conveyed. Literally, it means something, and what it means, and when you have already conveyed something, it has already given a different connotations. Perhaps let us now understand what is it or what are we talking. Let's learn with the examples. Okay. Irony is made of speech in which the real meaning is exactly the opposite of that which is literally conveyed. Examples. No doubt, but you are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. Now, in this sentence, if you just understand, dear friends, no doubt, but you are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. Perhaps you are talking about the knowledge that people are having, but at the same time, you are not talking about the wisdom will die. You are talking about the people will die. If you have understood that line, you see, there is no doubt but you, which means the people, and people will have to die. So indirectly the author is trying to say that wisdom, okay, but it is applicable for people than wisdom. Do not weep, do not cry, maiden, for war is kind. You see, the moment that maiden, that perhaps the beloved of someone or the girl, okay, who is crying, someone from the family or someone from the relationship tries to convey that don't cry, war is kind. Now can you just understand, war is any war kind? Not at all, dear friends. War brings destructions, disastrous, pathetic situation, and that's what, when this sort of irony has been used, it is this ironical statement. So in a way, war is kind, so perhaps you don't cry, you may have to die otherwise also, whether you cry or not. So that is what it means. Do not weep, babe, for war is kind. So again, do not weep the baby. Perhaps that man has gone for war, and wife and children, they are consoled with these sentences, saying that do not cry, the war is kind. How will you digest the very sentence of war being kind? So again, dear friends, war is not kind. War is a sort of cruelty. When you are in the battlefield, you just have only enemy in front of. There are no friends, and therefore kindness will come when you feel compassionate, when you feel that someone whom you want to save. But war is such a thing. So that's what it is very well said. Everything is fair in love and war. Everything is fair in love and war. You see, because the consequences are such, because the things are such. You just do or die in war. Okay. Great is the battle god, greater and his kingdom. Now again, great is the battle god. What do you understand by battle god? Battle god means the one who wins that battle. Great and his kingdom. So great and his kingdom, because the one who wins will definitely rule over many people, and therefore he is great. But the words which is given, battle god, okay, that brings the exact opposite. So no god, if you use the word God, now God is compassionate, God is merciful, God is loving. No God wants someone to die. Okay. So that is what, dear friends, we need to have in mind. So these are the statements. Now again, once again, dear friends, these are not the simple things that we will just understand once we listen to. You may have to read literature, and I am damn sure, pretty sure about that, my dear friends, you don't get enough time to read. You will have to set apart your time to read the textbooks. Okay? Once we clear this, when we have learnt already our poems, we will try to analyze what the figures of speech that we have from the poem's point of view. Okay, now we will try to see the 10th one. Sorry, the 11th, which is pun. Okay, pun. What is a pun? Pun consists, which means it has, in the use of a word in such a way that it is capable of more than one application. So we don't normally we have that particular saying, this person is using double language, double mind, when I say double tongue, double language. So that is what, dear friends, application. You have used one word, but it has got double meaning. The object being to introduce. Okay, so the object being to introduce a ludicrous effect. So which is, you have directly said one thing and indirectly it means something. So understand that. You don't need to get in touch with bombastic words. Okay, so what you are telling that particular person is something different than you already meant. Perhaps you are using a very good word for him, but you know what it means when you want to say. Okay. For examples, let us learn this. Now you are man of weight and consequence. You are man of weight and consequence, which means perhaps earlier the man was thin. Weight and consequence means now perhaps the person has brought authority. Okay, so man of weight means when he comes, okay, there is more weightage, which means now weightage is not about the weight of the person, but about this authority. What it means, dear friends, in life worth living is life worth living? It depends upon the liver. Now which liver here, did you understand? Here it is, one liver is the body organ part, liver. In you and me we have liver. Another liver is the one who lives. You are the liver. You live. It all depends on you. So that means pun is directly here liver. Okay. Sentence number 3, dear friends. When the wind stops. Okay, here wind suggests breath too. Now wind stops means we may feel warm. Now you see we are in summer. Already we have approached the monsoon. But we know that we have not been able to experience good rains, which means we are also waiting for, and therefore it's warm, it's very hot weather. So dear friends, we can also say when the wind stops we may feel warm, but here wind suggests breath too, which means when you die. Okay, breath stops. Wind here is breath, and when you die. So when the wind stops or when you die, that is what. So did you understand? When your wind stops, which means when you stop breathing, and when someone stops breathing, he is going to die. Okay, now let us learn the next one. Of man's first disobedience and the fruit that forbidden tree. Fruit stands for any fruit and also for the consequence that were faced by Adam and Eve. Man's first disobedience and the fruit that forbidden tree. So here fruit, see now if you just understand, you may not know dear friends the story of Adam and Eve. Perhaps in Christianity, with the opening of Bible, you have first book that is called Genesis. And in first book, when God created Adam and Eve, he placed them in the Garden of Eden. And that's where he commanded them to eat everything but restricted one particular fruit to be eaten. So that is the fruit of wisdom, perhaps it is understood, the fruit of knowledge. Okay, and that is what the Satan comes there and tempts the man and the woman. So first the woman is tempted, then woman gives that particular fruit to man, and that is how they fall for the consequences. So they have disobedient, they followed a sort of disobedience. They did not obey God, and therefore they had to afterwards face the problems. So that now here of man's first disobedience and the fruit that forbidden tree. So fruit here is the fruit that you eat, grapes and your apples and bananas and all. But fruit here is the result of. Okay. Now we may also say work hard and you will get fruit. Work hard and you will get apples. Can you say? No. Work hard and you will get your fruit, which means when you work hard you will definitely have your good result. Next one, an ambassador is an honest man who lies abroad for good of these countries. Okay. Now, what is ambassador here? Honest man who lies. Now, just understand, dear friend, there are 2-3 different things. One is ambassador. Now we know ambassador has been a car. Now here it is not that context. Ambassador is the person who is mediator between two countries, who is of a particular country, but when he goes to another country, he is like a messenger. Okay, so that is a mediator. Is an honest man who lies. Now can an honest man lies? Okay, abroad. Now lies abroad, one is you are going to give and tell lies abroad for the good of these countries. Okay, why? Because he is in need, so that it is understood. Good man and he says lies. So again terms in contradiction has been given. So dear friend, pun is a particular thing which is the word, which is a particular phrasal expression that talks of two different meanings. Okay, one is conveyed directly and one needs to be understood indirectly. Okay,